Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question tonight: does Sheila Carter deserve redemption on the Bold and the Beautiful? Now, she's been an iconic character way before I started even watching soap operas, let alone the Bold and the Beautiful. But since they're trying to redeem Sheila, since they're trying to redeem Heather on General Hospital, is it possible that they could sit there and try to redeem her on the Bold and Beautiful? Could they redeem Sheila since they're trying to do what Heather on General Hospital? When we since they're talking about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, Young and Restless. As you're coming in, make sure you do hit the like button because it really does actually help. Get some music in here, do some roll call, and get this started. Black Mars in the chat, how you doing tonight? Freddie's in the chat, how you doing tonight? So Freddie, you didn't like General Hospital today, huh? What was it about it? What was it about General Hospital that made you thought it was awful? Also, sit there and say this now, and I will sit there and say this in the middle and towards the end. Or repeatedly throughout the live stream. If I do miss your comment, do not get upset, do not get offended. If I skip your comment and you want that comment to be read out, rewrite the comment. Okay? Because right now it's going to be one of me and maybe 20 people in here, so I cannot get to every single comment. All right? Ed, what's good? I'd love to sing yesterday between John, Steve, and Marlene. I can't wait to see the plan. Yep, I can't wait for it either. John is a silver fox. So good. Um, Amy H is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? I hope you had a good day. It's good to see you. It's a blessing to see you. Monique is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Fen, once again, using Thomas as an example of, oh, Steffi can forgive Thomas for his wrongdoing, then she should apply that same compassion to Sheila, the woman who left you and your wife to die. Steffi's going to go ballistic. As said, Heather got to kidnap Ace. Heather's going to kidnap Ace if she gets out, and I won't feel bad. Melly Mel, my heart queen, what is good? Freddie says, well, some of the parts, like the Brenda and Carly scene, didn't go nowhere, and there wasn't enough information about how Lois and Jagger knew each other back in the day. Yeah, I can see that. Carly came there for information, and she gave more information to Brennan than she got of herself. It was good, Laura B. Hope all is well. Very true. That's the same thing with when Anna went to go see Brennan. Okay, she went there with a bunch of answers and got absolute. She didn't get anything. Yeah, they're slowing it down a little bit, and it's. I know they want to sit and call it the slow burn, and not every episode is going to be amazing, and I really don't give a damn. Barbie, I absolutely enjoyed that movie yesterday. Oh my lord, I enjoyed that movie yesterday. I'm gonna put out a video later on about my review on it, but it was that movie was intense. I haven't seen an intense movie like that in a hell of a long time. Uh, Thank you for asking, um, Lord B. Yeah, exactly, Freddie. I wasn't really a fan of that stuff. I wasn't a fan of them being on as well. I'm doing good, Black Man. I'm doing pretty good. It was a good day. Monique says Carly made situation for Jason worse. She put herself in a situation, and once again, Jason has to bail her out. Yes, and I totally forgot how Jason once again was like, "Hey, I got to do this for Carly," as opposed to him going to jail. Him, spending time with his kids. Was good, Lashanta. Mel says I made it crystal clear. Yes, you did. Yes, yes. I thought about you when I watched it. I thought about you when I watched that scene. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Yes, exactly. As says Sam and Dante need to break up. Sam had chance to be with a man with a job that required them to risk their life. That didn't require them to risk their life. Patrick, Silas, and Drew. Yes. Okay, that's good, Mel. I look forward to watching tomorrow's episode. That's right. She left Drew. When Jason came back, she left Drew for Jason. She chose a dangerous life as opposed to sit there choosing a safe life and somebody who's going to put her and her family first. So you don't get to sit there. Exactly. You don't get to sit there and like, oh, I don't know. With you being a cop, then take your ass somewhere else. Freddie says your stream is better than today's episode. Well, thank you. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you. Yeah, it definitely was lacking today. It was definitely lacking, Freddie. It was. Exactly, Ed. So I'm like, you chose to be a cop. You get to sit there and shut your mouth and walk somewhere else. I appreciate that. Thank you, Freddie. Linux says Sam can live with the fear of being with Dante but not Jason. Well, it's a little different. But what's good, Eagle Fang? What's good about for the same way? Yep. Yep. That's right. Thank you, Freddie. I appreciate you. Always appreciate having you in the chat. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing my job. So thank you for saying that, Freddie. I don't know why I chose hot chocolate. It's hot as hell outside. I'm gonna have to choose a different drink. Thank you, Freddie. Lashanta says Carly do too much, but did you hear Jason say he was supposed to be at the meeting, but he got shot? Don't act like he chose her just because. Well, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. Eagle fan says, but we got Cobra Kai release date, and they are breaking it into three parts. Nice, nice. Oh, that's what's up. Freddie says, at least it's fun. Your streams every night or every other night when you're able to do. Thank you, Freddie. Yeah, no, I love doing them. I took off yesterday because I wanted to go to the movies, and it's always nice to take a break. But yeah, no, I love doing them. So I appreciate having good people like you here in the chat. So thank you. Yeah, maybe it's doing too much. Honestly, tell you the truth, she's doing too much, and everyone in that room was like, "Yo, listen, we love you, but you need to sit there, sit your ass down somewhere in the corner. This was a betrayal, and I'm not going anywhere." I was like, "Man, you're the one that's literally sitting there causing all this tension and everything like that." Well, so am I, Freddie. Thank you. Always appreciate you, Freddie. Yeah, Mamie was doing too much. She was. She definitely was, Freddie. I'm like, you don't want him to be you like, oh, I'm not going to sit there and try to say like I'm not disappointed. Well, then take your ass on somewhere else then. Honestly, to tell you the truth, Sam's been disappointing me for a while. Lobby says I missed you yesterday, but I'm glad. Thank you, Lobby. No, I missed everyone here. I missed everyone here. Um, but I was like, you know what? Listen, I'm gonna see y'all throughout the rest of the week. So I appreciate you coming back tonight. Thank you. It's thank you for making me feel appreciated, Lord Green. As you just say with Willow, I was like, she's speaking to Nina, but my issue is that she always needs someone in her life to be cool with Nina before she reaches out. Yes, is that? Thank you, Ed. That's what just makes her so much of a damn near useless character. Ronnie Ron, it's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you, Ron. I can't wait until Heather flip the script. Yep, Laura be doing too much. She be doing too much. And she realized that she's empathizing with a serial killer. But you still doing it though. You still heading down that train. What's good, Justin? Justin says I like how Chase and BOQ have blank in the interrogation room. They better not get caught. Yeah, I don't understand how I'm missing that too, Lord B. What's good, Darby? Hope all is well. Yeah, Lashanta, that's true. But I mean, Ed was 100% correct. Like Willow, it shouldn't have took you. It shouldn't have took Drew to sit there and make you try to soften up and reach out and realize that you should let go of your anger. It shouldn't have took somebody else to do that. But Willow's the same person that will go to Nina's restaurant and then get upset when she sees Nina. So, hmm. So, but that's exactly why I asked the question, is Willow needed? When people sit there and say she is, it's like she's really not. She's there to give Michael stability. Freddie says, I heard people saying Cindy Watchers is leaving the Nina role. Yeah, I hope it's not true as well. Was good to have Lynn. It's good to see you. Bobby said to answer your question, I don't think Sheila arrived arrival to redemption status. There's no real hard work being done yet. Okay. Okay. I can see that, Laura B. Monique says, I just hope it's not another cult Willow is involved in. Sloan has seen the light that Eric let the one get away, which is Nicole. Well, okay. I'm glad that she saw the light in the fact that she realized that she's doing way too much for a guy who's damn near a bum. She feel like she's giving herself. She's giving too much for this relationship. Was good, Richard. Hope boy as well. Ron says, I'm happy that Johnny stood up to EJ, who can of advice he wants to give him. It was an interesting conversation. I'll say that much. LaShanta says, Albert, didn't Kate say his son was dead? No. He never said his son was dead. He said his son is 21 years old and that they video chat because he doesn't get to sit there and see. He said that Karen was dead. He said Karen was dead, not Kate. I mean it's good to see Melinda, but her she's a side character. She's supporting character. She's not really doing much of anything, so I don't have a huge um opinion on her. I'm doing good, Richard. I am doing good. Thank you for asking. What's good, Ethel? It's good to see you. Wow. I didn't know that Lois knew Jack. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that as well. But that was before I started watching the show. So thank you, Laura B. I'm about to do that as well. Make sure you do hit the like button as you're coming in because it really does tell the algorithm that this is a good channel and more people do generally come in because of the likes. So yes, thank you. I'm about to hit the like button right now. There's 37 people in the chat. There is 16 likes. There's 17 likes. So um, if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. Thank you, and thank you, Lobby, for saying that. Richard says, "Glad to see that. Keep it going." Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate you. It's good to see you again. I know sometimes it's hard to come to the stream, so I always appreciate anyone that comes through. That they will find incriminating evidence. Yeah, they got to do something because they got to find a way to wrap up this part of the story. Um, I was X-Men 7. What was Magneto right about? Because I fell asleep. I was tired. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch this episode that came out. So I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight, though. I mean, Monique, was you just not feeling the episode, or was you just tired? That's the question. It says, "What do you think about Jocelyn going into journalism since she no longer wants to be?" Um, I don't think it's a bad idea, but I just hope that they. My hand's so sweaty. You got to do something. So yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Queen of the South, what is good? So good to see you again. Ron says, "I'm happy that Sheila accepted Deacon's proposal. I was hoping that they would go to the bedroom and get it on. Hopefully, she goes to the ER and discover that she is finally." Oh, Ron ain't letting that go. Well, yes, it's very good to see you, Queen of the South. Of course. Monique says, "I'll put it on as soon as I hit play. I was out like a light, tried to stay." Okay. Oh, of course not, Darby. No. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm watching it after the stream. No, I always watch it within that week. I usually try to watch it that day or that night so I could talk about it the next day. So no, trust me, I'm definitely gonna be sitting there watching it. Mel says my direction is that I would love Sharon and a storyline maybe about her being bipolar with someone messing with her pills, and then Nick comes to save her like Ashley and Connor's issue. Okay. Gorgeous queen cat ladies in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Unlimited. You're not getting my notifications. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know why some people don't get notifications. That's why I always try to come on at a consistent time because I know people aren't going to always get notifications. Derby says no was underpin. Yeah, exactly. Um, And thank you, Unlimited. Yes, we have 42 people, so hopefully the math is mathing out with the likes. But yeah, no, Darby, no, I trust me. I usually don't try to talk about it till like Saturday. Hopefully, enough people actually watched it by then. So thank you, Unlimited. I appreciate that. Appreciate you. I don't know if they would actually do an Ashley storyline with somebody messing with her pills because they're already doing that with Sunny on General Hospital. Well, I don't know. Unlimited. She usually comes in a little bit later. You know, she usually comes a little bit later, like around like 8:40, something like that, give or take. Debbie says, I don't want to mess it up for you. Okay, no, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Darby. I mean, granted, even if I did watch it, I probably wouldn't talk about it till like Saturday because I know there's somebody that's gonna not watch it. So exactly, Lord B. That's why I always try to be consistent with the time because I know that the notifications don't do its job. That's my thing. I'm glad you do, Mel. I that version of her personality doesn't work for me, but I'm glad it works for somebody though. As for Limited, she is one of the queens. They really don't very much. It's hit or miss. Yeah. Um, like I said, that's always try to make sure I have a schedule because I know that YouTube is not going to always do its job as far as notifying people. But you knew I come on at 8, so that's why I always tell people if you're going to stream, have a schedule. Don't just come on at any point in time because and expect YouTube to do its job because it doesn't. Well, Limited, you didn't miss much today. I'll say that you didn't miss much today. Gorgeous Queen Janice in the chat. I hope you had a lovely day. Let's everyone say what's up to Janet. Ron says, when everyone else finds out that Sheila's alive, they're going to go to the restaurant and attack her deaconess to man the F up and tell them if they do not respect, don't, if they're not respectable, they don't come to his business. Okay. Almeda says, so I'm going to do a weekend show, so I won't interfere with your live streams and still be able to participate. Okay. Well, you know, Unlimited, I would never be selfish. I don't lock down 8 o'clock like it's my own schedule. So if you want to come on at 8 o'clock, that's cool. Um, you come on when the time works out for you. But I appreciate having you in the chat though. So Jenna says hot and humid is 94. Yeah, it's hot over here as well. And I'm drinking hot chocolate. But no, no, it's not mine. It's yours as well. So if you want to come on at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I would never ever tell you what time you can come on your stream. Susan R was good. Ryan, I think it's actually pretty clever. Yeah, I never actually saw 201 before, so I gotta watch those movies first, but I heard of them down now. CJ Clove was good. Freddie says, you know what's funny, Albert? I was on my tablet during the rest of Jay's episode watching a movie. Yeah. Um, I mean, I know every episode can be great, but it's still one of those things where it's like when the episode's really slow, you definitely feel it. Well, no, unlimited. Like whenever you want to come on, that's cool with me. But I do appreciate having you in the chat though. So it was it was CJ Clove. I did like it though because it wasn't PC. You know, it wasn't PC. I mean, it was not a pocket comment. Element says weekends make more sense for me, so I can bench the soaps for the weekend, and then the audience could as well. You earn your time slot. Well, I mean, thank you, Element. I just want you to know that you can always come at 8 o'clock, but I do get that it is a solid plan, so I like it. I always said that for every day should be a great episode, not just during Sweet Smoke. And Tanya, how you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Yeah, that was actually pretty stupid writing, Lashonda. It says you're a real one for oh no, of course. I'm well, I mean, like I said, thank you for asking. You didn't have to, so I appreciate you for doing that. Unlimited. J Blue was good. Diane could maybe and was good Anthony, the number one YouTuber. Oh, of course, Freddie. I'm always brutally honest. No, you got to. See, I know that once again they're gonna sit there and be like, Jason chose Carly over his own kids. And I understand that Jason took a calculated risk by saying, hey, listen, Carly needs Donna. What's good, Deluxe? Carly needs Donna. Okay, because Sonny is not really that much of a great father, if we're gonna be honest. Um, as opposed to Liz and Sam that are great mothers. So if I'm going, the boys are gonna be fine. If Carly is gone, Donna may not be so lucky. Elena says every episode one Bulgaria lucky to have. Yeah, I mean that's what I said. Unlimited is like I get it. Realistically, I understand that, but we still got to sit there and judge them now. Because trust me, I get it. Unlimited. Even for me, I can say I bring my A game every day, but I may not always do it. Now it says I got good news that there will be a Mickey versus Winnie the Pooh horror movie. What? I definitely OD. Yeah, Tanya, it was a filler. Yeah, but I like I said, I understood. And yeah, Tanya, it definitely was a filler. I understood Jason's calculated risk. I know some people just gonna be like, "Oh, once again, he's a deadbeat dad. He's a deadbeat dad. This and deadbeat dad that." Jonathan, what's good, my guy? What's good, my friend? Yeah, and that's why I agree with DC because DC and I'm on the same opinion. It's like you need to bring it every day because when people watch, they want to make sure, like, hey, listen, if I watch One Like to Live, it was a great episode. But if the episode lacked, I might not have actually been doing this. So, and that episode was actually pretty good. Johnson says some people don't know it's I exactly, and it just here's the thing, Jonathan. I think some people don't like Jason, and they don't like to sit there and try to think about the difference. It's easy to sit there saying bad things about his father, about him being a father, than anything else. They don't want to sit there and try to different the difference. Queen Jess is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? CJ Close is out. Did you say? Yeah, it was boring. It was boring, CJ Clove. It wasn't really great. So if you didn't watch it, you didn't miss anything. Evelyn says, I think if Jason tells Carly that the feds have something wrong, Carly would probably make things. Yep, she would. And she would probably send herself to jail. Darby says, I don't believe Jason is a deadbeat father. Jason will go through fire for his kids. But yes, exactly. And that's the thing, That's the thing, Darby. There is a difference. The problem is when people don't like Jason, it's just easier to call him. It's just easier to sit there and slap that label on him than to sit there and you know make it distinctive between the two. It's like, oh, I don't like Jason. What's the difference? It's pretty much all the same anyway. It's like it's really not. Johnson says Sam is going to talk to Jason tomorrow, but she seems to be calm this time. I guess as calm as she can be, but she's still going to be acting like a damn Karen. Jay Blue, I was more disappointed with Sam, but I'm usually disappointed with Sam lately. When it says YNR is born B&B, just absurd, and GH is just transition days is in the midst of turmoil. Just as Sam annoyed me say, seems to be a consistent thing with. Thank you. Thank you, Jess. Yeah, I said the same thing. Two convict escapes and disappear into the forest and turns into Mickey Mouse and Winnie the Pooh. What? That is crazy. And Jess, that comment is for you. The halfling says, I bet I agree with you about Carly. Laura Sonny can't help her right now. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing. Unlimited, and I'll sit there and say this, okay? Because I thought about the conversation you had with. I'm not going to sit there and say her name, but the thing is, you don't have to agree with her, um, but you also don't have to come at her sideways like that. You know, saying things like you're not going to take her seriously. You're not going to take the things that she says serious is a little out of pocket. It doesn't need to. It doesn't need to be contentious. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't agree with her, that's fine. But what's good, Big Nate? Oh, they've been downgraded. Sam, Jonathan, since she was with Patrick. What's good, Big Nate? What's good, Kyrie? The one and only. Well, Kyrie, we're gonna agree to disagree on that. We're gonna agree to disagree on that. Unless I wasn't even coming for her, I was just laughing. Like I have for other people. I get that unlimited, but like I can see how it can come across as sideways. So I mean, just for the harmony of the chat. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I'm just saying, just for harmony's sake, I get the job too, or there's an issue. So it would be better if y'all just ignore each other and just have fun in the chat. No, I would appreciate that. So because I do like having you in the chat, unlimited. So deluxe. Yeah, I agree with that, Jess. Even say when she was like, why would you be rooting on your man's downfall? My whole thing is like, it's the fact that you chose to go out with dangerous men in the first place. That's my thing. You chose to go out with dangerous men in the first place. And you know, for you to sit there and even say something like, "Oh well, I shouldn't have got my hopes up." No, if you don't like her, I mean, if you don't, Sebastian, how you doing tonight? Um, you knew what you were getting into when you decided to date a cop. You don't like it, there's the door. That was my thing about Sam. Just as right, she's out of pocket for that. Yeah, she is. Devlin says, I hate that the powers that be are do, you know, hospital with a down Samantha. Hey, Mel says, I got bad news that Winnie Pooh 3, Blood and Honey is confirmed being shelved. Okay. Well, I mean, it just gives them time to sit there and make the script and everything like that better. So I can wait a little bit. As long as the second one is good. Oh yeah, Jonathan, under the Bob Guza days. Under the Bob Guza days, I mean, it was the Bob Guza days. Um, Sebastian says no, she's a master manipulator. Those who mistrust her are right on the money. I don't understand how she's a master manipulator. I mean, it's your opinion, whatever, but we can agree to disagree with that. What? Who? Yeah, yeah, just they definitely downgraded her character. Paris says, I want to see Jason and Dad Mo keeping his boys in line. I can't wait for it out to add. Oh, Bob. What about Bob? I don't. Bob on what? Unlimited says, feel like Avery will be a good mom until Avery is a teenager. I think that Avery is really Morgan's instead of Sonny's. Ed, Kelly says, you said Bob someone. You said Bob someone days. I did? Hmm. I don't remember that, Kelly. You know, it's actually really funny, though. I actually have a member, and I think the member is named Crazy Cat Lady. And it made me think about you, Cat Lady. Oh, Bob Guja. Bob, thank you, Darby. Johnson says, what do you think EJ will do when he gets the DNA test? Keep him, he won't say anything. He'll keep it a secret. Oh, yeah, no, thank you, Jess. Yeah, Bob Guja days. Freddie says, but I hate that they're putting Trina in the background, not giving her enough to do. Yes. Um, yeah, that's the problem. Okay, thank you, Lord B. Thank you. I know I heard Kyrese. I saw your post. And Lisa was good. Sheila deserves a long stay in jail. Hmm. Okay. But yes, cat lady, when I was going through my memory video to thank people, I saw somebody that said crazy cat lady. I'm like, I don't only have one cat lady, but you're gonna be my favorite cat lady, I'll tell you that much. Unlimited says, I'm actually am a Bob Guza fan, but I understand why people are. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. I understood. Where the people was coming from. Jay Blue says, I hope Laura brings the same energy she has for Sunny when she finds out what that. Yeah. Well, I mean, she's been empathetic to Heather, the former serial killer. He's definitely Jason protecting Car. Yep, of course. What makes you say that, Darby? Johnson says Eric and Nicole are both married to desperados. Yep. Yeah. And like I said, the conversation that EJ had with Johnny was interesting because it wasn't this PC conversation, and also, he did sit there and say, "Hey, listen, you got to think about what you want as well. Yes, you could support her, you could support your wife, but you still got to sit there, um, and not just go along to get along." Just as Laura is always empathetic to the wrong people. Yep. I got good news that there will be an ugly stepsister Cinderella stepsister Elvira horror movie. What? Kelly says, so Bob is the guy we were missing for GH. I didn't know who that was back when the 80s. I started watching 87. Okay. Yeah, no, I love the Bob Cruiser days. And what's good, Gemini? Sheila, hell to know. Kelly says, now you have a club of us cat lovers. That's true. That's true, cat lady. That's true. Freddie says, Albert Ava thought she was running things in Sunny's house, but the joke's on her. Ordering her around like the help, serving her. Yep. Like I said, that was funny to me. That was funny to me. He was like, "Yo, don't you got some calls to make or something?" Davin says, "Did the hospital ever do a DNA test on Avery?" I have no idea. Um, when I came back, because I took a break from Jason, when I came back, all that stuff was practically over with. I came in the midst of Morgan dying. Jay Blue says, I was annoyed with Chase and Fenn today. How many times can Gregory tell them to stop treating him like he is fragile? Yeah, and we're gonna see Jay Blue. We're gonna sit there and see how that plays out. Davin says, "I bet the GH ever do a DNA test on Avery?" Oh, I have no idea. Like I said, I took a break, so when I came back, Morgan already died, pretty much. Morgan um, punched TJ and got in the car, so I missed that whole thing. So I have no idea. Oh, and De Havlin, that comments for you from Tyrese. Johnson says you missed out on the mic when Morgan brawls. Yeah, I missed out on a lot. Same, Jess. Ed said there was never a DNA test done. Oh, okay. Was good, Alyssa. I hope you had a good day. And thank you, Freddie. Yes, make sure you hit that like button because I think we got about 49 people in the chat. So hopefully we got a good amount of likes to go along with it. Because we do want to getting um but how is that hypocritical though? I don't understand I feel like it may be more of an out of pocket thing than being a hypocrite. Okay. So 31 likes and 47 people in the chat. We're getting there, people. And Freddie says hi to Alyssa. And Kyrie says there was a DNA test between Avery and Carly to determine that they are related. Kiki authorized it because she was Avery's next of kin. I love that storyline. I remember it very well. Thank you, Unlimited. Yes, that's right. Smash that like button because it really does actually help the algorithm. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. You know, Ed, I would sit there and say that, I mean, at least they're giving them a storyline and they're not just having the teens as background characters. So that's cool. I'm probably the least interested in that, but it's cool that they're actually doing something with them. Unless I only watched days because I was busy today, I couldn't watch Why Not in B&B. I skipped GH. Well, GH was skippable. Um, All you need to know that May May's doing too much, and Devon. And I feel like Tucker needs to just stop bothering with Devon and trying to stop bothering. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't want to sit there and share Dominic or have him see Dominic. All right, fine, cool. Like I'm not gonna sit there and keep beat my head against the wall. I feel like that's absolutely insane. So Kyrie thinks that making Deanna in a front burner story will raise the ratings. I get that. I get that, Alyssa. But you know, at this point, I'm just so sick and tired of him constantly trying, and Devon just constantly being like, no, no, and Abby being all like super defensive and nasty. Like it's almost like Willow with Nina. You know, she tries so much, and somebody made a very great point. Somebody was like, listen, Willow shouldn't have shouldn't have had to sit there and come to that conclusion. Um, of giving Nina a chance just because Drew dropped everything. Okay. Well, if you say so, Kyrie. If you say so. Mel says EJ is afraid that Eric and Nicole. Yeah, he exactly. It's like what Johnson said. They're being super desperate, and this is so. Ugh. Thank you, Unlimited. You know, I am actually looking forward to your podcast, though. I'm actually looking forward to your podcast. Pretty says, Albert, I think it's good that you got that sheet over your window because some folks can be creepy and stalker. Well, yes, I mean, I got that there because I have neighbors and other neighbors that sometimes walk through back and forth. And I don't know, I don't need them to sit there and be seeing what I'm doing. Was good, Dolometics. But yeah, Sometimes they go out and they play and stuff like that, play with the dog. I'm just like, I don't need them to sit there and say what I'm doing, you know. I do one day got to get an actual sheet though, like an actual official sheet. As says, I don't care for Eric and Nicole getting back together. They should only co-parent the breakup. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a huge fan base for them. I don't get it, but have a good night, Unlimited. It was really great to see you. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to your podcast. Harry says, because Deanna is hot and will bring the passion. I'd rather her than Brooklyn, Lucy, Cody, and Sasha. All those characters are born right now. Yes, have a good night, Unlimited. Danny R., how is the channel going? I see you doing some numbers the last time I checked. And Jess says, good night to you, Unlimited. Yeah, Freddie. It's not even just protection, it's just weird, you know? Just especially when I wake up sometimes and I may see them outside or whatever. It's just like, let's just, yeah. Not that they're saying they're like looking in my window or anything like that, but it's just awkward when I see them see me. It's like, okay. Well, Dan, you got to give it some time. Um, got to give it some time. Not all your videos are always going to sit there and get views right off the bat. You did get with your other videos, though, Danny, so you should be proud of that. Focus on the positive. The other videos are actually doing pretty well. Delmac says Eric and Nicole have been toxic ever since Eric stopped looking like Jens Knuckles. I wish they gave up on that pairing that I cannot pronounce that name. Oh yeah, no. Carrie's, yeah, I think Abby, yes, exactly, Jess. I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Johnson says they may need to recast Nicole for a short. Yes, I agree with that, Jonathan. If nothing else, like you said, for the story. What the? Freddie says everyone needs their privacy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like sometimes I wake up like 7 o'clock in the morning, then I see one of my neighbors outside. I'm just like, and then I gotta sit there and remember. It's like, oh, I'm semi naked. I should probably not be. You know. I was like, I need something sometimes, and I say semi naked. Oh no, she's not Justin. She's gonna be pissed off at Finn. Giving her a second chance, calling her mom, hugging her and everything. Oh no, she's gonna be pissed. Why is this so goddamn loud? I swear with this, like I can't win. This is better. I don't get that either, Lashanta. People sitting there saying, Alyssa says I won't be staying too long because I'll be joining a live stream tonight. Okay, well, Alyssa, it is always a pleasure to see you whenever you show up. So nice, Danny. You're moving along. That's what I said. Think, always sit there and try to look at the positive for this. I'm happy for you. Happy for you, Danny. Freddie said just wanted to remind you out there. I hope it's okay. No, no, Freddie, listen, I appreciate you, and you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Like I said, there's times I will be in a semi nude when I'm waking up, and I see some of them just outside. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I need something up there. This way, it won't be so awkward. No, Freddie, always appreciate you looking out for me. Yeah, well, I agree with that. Violin. Have a good night, Alyssa. It was good to see you. As always, always a pleasure to see you. Made it crystal clear that Ariana as Nicole is, yes, 29th, and Greg as Eric is exiting December. Wow. I always appreciate you, Freddie. Thank you. Well, it's funny, Lashanta, because Darby said something really interesting. Darby was like, they had no problem taking Sonny's money when the city wasn't doing so well. There was a point where it's like there was a lot of damage to Port Charles, the earthquake and everything. They took Sonny's money then, but now Laura's not to acting all funny, like, oh, I don't know if Port Charles wants your money. Really? Because he wanted his money in his house before. Yeah, I can agree with that, Jazz. They seem like they're super boring and just very. Now, Ed says, I would much rather Willow be a teacher again because that's when she was at her best. She was at her best when she was with Chase. Let's just keep it 100, Ed. She was at her best when she was with Chase. Okay? When she was with Chase, people liked them together. The minute that they put her with Michael, keep it real, Ed. Keep it real. That's facts. That is straight up facts. Yeah, I don't understand where that's. I mean, so weird to me as well. If Willow was ever interesting, I mean, she wasn't super interesting, but like her and Chase, they seem like they were good together. And Lashanta says, "Where's Lisa?" That's a good point. Jenna says, "I agree with you, Albert. I think she and Drew will hook up." You mean Willow? Willow and Drew will hook up? Oh, that would be weird. Justin says, "Look like Willow is putting the moves to Drew. Isn't she too young?" I don't know where that's coming from. You're not the only person that said that, though, Justin. You're not the only person that said that. I don't see it, but and Janice says yes, Willow and Drew. Okay, so Janice, another person, along with Justin, that sees that. By the way, I hope the real estate classes are going well for you, Janet. And again, congrats on your first class. Why is this so? Why's my hands so long? Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing though, Freddie. I have not seen Willow hit on Drew. I haven't seen it that way. It seemed more just like a Janice said they are. I took your advice. Now I'm up to nice, Janice. Seriously, yes. Keep me up. Yeah, keep me posted on your progress. Keep me posted on your progress. That is amazing news, Janet. Yeah, Freddie, I don't see it, and I'm very happy for you, Janet. Thank you. No, Dolomix. I'm gonna watch it tonight after I'm done with the live stream. Um, and then we could probably talk about it on Saturday if you want. Hopefully, enough people done watched it. But yeah, I was at the movies last night. Dolomitics. That movie was so good. Oh my lord, that movie was good. Whew. Johnson says, I always thought Willow seemed Drew what? Yeah, exactly. That's thank you. Really? Wow. Yeah. Like I should do a poll at some point just on that. Happy night to have one. It was really great to see you. And I hope I get to see you again soon. Well, thank you, Dolomitics. Yes, I wanted to watch it last night, but by the time I got back from the movie theaters, it was like I had to wake up at 4 o'clock the next morning. And that movie was super intense, so it kind of took me a while to actually go to sleep, to be honest. I'm gonna put out the video tonight, but yeah, Lorby, I don't know there. Lisa says Willow needs to stay boring with Michael. Damn. They need to give her something to do. I'd rather them give her something to do and not be boring. Like, she's gonna be a spokesmodel. I'm like, okay. And like, here's the thing: Sam has been a super annoying character, but at least we've been talking about Sam. When the hell was the last time we actually talked about Willow in some sort of an interesting way? Yeah, one has an uppercase L, one has a lowercase L. Just that they gave her cancer, and that was the most exciting storyline she's had. Damn. That's kind of an uncomfortable sentence to say, but she is right about that. Johnson says, like the kidnapping situation with now wearing Willow's face. When Willow fought back against Nell, that was interesting. I wouldn't sit there and say way more interesting, Kyrie's, but I can't find fault in your logic. And Kyrie's, that comment is for you. Are you doing your live stream tonight, Kyrie's? Dominic says the most we talked about Willow was the time she took forever to die, and she decided to live. Justin says, I mean, check it out. Oh, I will. Nice. Okay, Kyrie's. Freddie says, I bet whoever thought Drew and Willow could be a thing, they need Jesus and therapy. I don't see it. It's just, yeah, I don't see it either. It's just the way Nina and Drew being effing buddies, yes. Uh, no, I'm actually going to save it on my thing. So thank you for reminding me now. It's like my phone starts acting all stupid. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mel. I just put that in my heart, in my Justin says I'm referring to the Jackie Zimmerman tribute. On what channel? On what channel, Justin? On your channel? You did a tribute, Justin? Curry said changes will go into effect immediately to make everything fair. I thought long and hard today. Happy night, Lashanta. What do you? Okay. Uh, very curious about what you're talking about, Curry's. Sounds serious. Oh yeah, cat lady. We all see that coming. I got to DM you tonight too. No, but Justin, you wanna doing a tribute video or something? Ugh, should have to go and get this. Oh, okay. Damn, Kyrie's. You know, I gotta sit there and say, every time you do something that's really interesting like that, I always gotta sit there and step up my game. Justin says, "I'll be YouTube and Instagram. I'm doing it tomorrow. The tribute will be late." Okay, I look forward to watching it then. Thank you for letting me know, Justin. Then he says, Albert, the first time coming back, have not made videos for a few days. You may like it about Sunny. Okay. Have a good night, Lisa Clapp. All right, then I look forward to watching it. Danny. Let me go to your channel. Sunny is a good man. Sunny is a complicated. Well, if you think he's a good man, then that's yes. Have a good night, Lisa Clapp. Then I could I respect your opinion, but I think you had it right the first time, Kyrie, when you said that he's a complicated man. Johnson says maybe it's if a former cult member of Shiloh comes to Port Charles, they can give Willow. Yes, yeah, they could. I mean, he has good size to him. He has good size to him, Kyrie's. Just like Victor has good size to him, doesn't necessarily mean that Victor's a good man. Like he donates to the hospital, he was there for Stone, but he also put a minor on a pole, and you know, as says, I like that Molly and TJ are being used, but I would much rather have been done without Christina and Molly and TJ discovering the circuit lie about losing the baby and having a custody battle. Um, we can agree to disagree on that, Kyrie's. But that, Ed, that seems more like the Maxi storyline with Lulu and Dante. He wants all the chicks. Hmm. I heard of that song. Freddie says, I heard that reference. Freddie says, I don't know why the writer's not having Molly acknowledge that Molly is Sonny's niece. It's like it's funny, Freddie, because somebody else said the exact same thing on Twitter. Yeah, and I mean, I wasn't there for it, but I remember hearing about that story, though. But that's the thing, though, Kyrie. I mean, he has good size to him. Whether people like him or not, he has good size to him, just like Sonny has good size to him, you know? And I can acknowledge that while also Smith is saying that, well, again, we can agree to disagree on that, Kyrie. Like I said, I've seen that he has good size as well. I'm not saying he's a good man, but Sonny is not exactly a good man either. A good man would sit there and put a minor on a pole and give them candy to continue to strip. That's not something a good man would do and then make excuses. Dude has daughters that at one point will be Karen's age. So let's not sit there and try to say like Sonny's a good man. He's a complicated man. It also says, imagine if the cult member ends up kidnapping Amelia. Yes, that would be interesting. I wish they would do something like that, Jonathan. That would give the character a little more depth and a little more oomph. Now says Albert, my intuition is that Jack will relapse on the blank and Phyllis will come to save him like she did before with Diane Hayden, yes. Well, no. Well, I mean, here's the thing, guys. I'm not gonna go between which one is a better person and I'm just sitting there saying that I'm not looking at it in terms of who's the better person or who's the better man. I'm saying that there is good and bad within both of those characters. Then he says, yes, but Sonny and Molly's dad is Rick. Sonny and Molly's dad is Rick. I don't get that. Thank you, Freddie. Hopefully we're almost at the good amount of likes. It's like every time I turn on my goddamn phone, this thing starts acting all stupid. Oh, yeah, his brother. Devin says you would tomorrow. Am I live streaming tomorrow? Yes, yes, I'm gonna be live streaming tomorrow, Devin. Yeah, I only try to take off one day a week, but it's usually been Thursday. But tomorrow I will be live streaming to happen. Yes, so I hope I get to see you tomorrow. Okay. I mean, Kyrie's, to be honest, I wouldn't be afraid of either one of them. It's not because I think I'm badass. I just I just wouldn't be afraid of Victor or Sonny. But yes, Freddie, we're like four. Okay, we got a couple of away from. I think we're kind of good. I don't think sometimes the numbers actually add up though. Too, unfortunately, Freddie. Like I've seen Kyrie's have about like 20, nearly 30 people, and then at the end of his live stream, it will be like four people. So I think we're actually right on target. Hopefully we're on target. It does help. Never mind. We need those numbers to go up. Thank you, Freddie. Yeah, Jonathan. Like the Now scene when Now tried to kidnap Wiley and Willow fought tooth and nail. Damn, they made her interesting then. Thank you, Freddie. Damn, about 47, 46 people. Always appreciate you, Freddie. Always appreciate you. It's people like you that actually really does make me like doing these live streams. Yes, Devlin. Curious is actually pretty amazing with his live streams. And I only go to a couple of live streams. I'll go to um Curious's live streams, DC's live streams, and Dion's Corners live stream. So then he said, "Did you see Steve's show today? He had a new actor playing Jagger." What do you mean he had a new actor playing? You mean General Hospital had a new actor playing Jagger today? Is that what you mean? Because if that's the case, then yes. Yes, I got a 10 count lady string. I gotta also DM her tonight. But yes, I gotta check out Cat Lady's live streams. Keep telling her, I was like, yo, listen, message me when you do a live stream so I can be there because I wanna see. I wanna see how you do your live streams and I wanna be rooting for you. And Kyrie's hopefully Alyssa will be doing her live streams as well. I can't wait for that. She has so much good energy when she was on my live stream, so I can't wait to see her do her own. Yes, Kyrie's. Yes, Cat Lady is pretty amazing. Well, that's good. That's good, Cat Lady. That's good. I'm happy. I'm happy about that. Then he said, yes, new actor played Jack. He went, oh, okay. Well, if I have some time, I'll sit there and check it out. As Jesus getting the Christina treatment when it comes to Sonny for a few years, they act like Christina wasn't part of Sonny's family, especially when Mike was dying and Jocelyn was used for. Yeah, well, to be fair, Ed, yes, and I do agree with that. But the old actress playing um Christina wasn't she wasn't really that available to really do the scenes that they needed her to do. Well, of course, Jonathan, that could be set for any show. Janet says, "Is it permanent with Jagger replacement or?" No, I think it's permanent, Janet. I think it's permanent. I mean, nothing is permanent, but I think this one is permanent though. Justin says, "I rant if Abby gets hypocritical about Audra and why not." Yeah, I can agree. Mel says, "I can see that once Lauren finds out that she was alive, that could go back to." Well, that would be interesting. I can't wait till more people find out that she was. I thought Hope was just overdoing it today. Like she was way too dramatic. Harry says, "I'm not angry anymore with the name that should not be mentioned, but my decision stands until June 1st." I respect that. I respect that, Gary. And honestly, tell you the truth, you have more patience than me. You have more patience than me. You also have a bigger heart than me. See, I didn't even need to look at that because I already know my girl Cat Lady loves her characters. The more the merrier, right, Cat Lady? Jenna says Hope was way too thirsty with Finn. Yeah. Well, so is Ivy with Liam. Ivy's way worse in my book, but yes. Freddie says, Albert, Sam loves the danger, so I don't know why she's trying to act all brand new. She went from Sonny to Dante getting the father and son, which is really gross, by the way. Yep. Then she was with Jason. Now I have a child with him. There we go. Terry says, not patient, just more hurt, probably. No, you have more You have more patience with him. Oh, I can probably learn a thing or two from you, Gary's. Gary says, yes, bring them. That's my girl, cat lady. Yeah, she was doing too much. Honestly, to tell you the truth, Janet, the minute that she came in and started acting that way, I already it's like her character already turned me off. And it says What do you think about Greg returning to GH as Lucky? I will be very happy. Because I actually tell you the truth, I think, I mean, as long as they have good writing, I think the character will be good if they do it right. I understand why they could bring. Danny, I don't know if we'll ever know. Um, but Danny, the thing is, there's a lot of background drama that happens that we're not always privy to. Exactly, Laura, but yes, I would too. Tanya says, I think Elizabeth as co-writer for General Hospital makes it boring and not interesting. And Kathleen says, yes, please. Oh, with Lucky coming back. Ugh, actually have to go get more. Well, Kathleen, as long as see, the thing is, I want the character to come back, but I don't trust the writers to make him interesting. If this was the early 2000s, late 90s, I would have more faith that when they bring Lucky back, it will be good, right? I don't have faith though. Curry says I don't want Lucky back until we meet the bias. Okay. The Halfman says I gave the new writers a chance on General Hospital, but I really don't like them. You know, I think I think Unlimited said it best. I don't know how long this transitioning period is because we got to remember that they are still taking over for the previous writers, right? So the previous writers wrote a course for them. Um, and so now it's their job to kind of finish up their course to start their own. I don't know how much leeway I can give them either, but I understand where Unlimited was coming from. Kyrie says no excuses. Kyrie says hardcore, hard effing core. Hmm. And Kyrie said, "That's my style. That's your style, Mister. I don't do excuses." See, I'll sit there and say this, right? Kyrie's can joke with me like that because we're cool. We've known each other for a while, right? So Kyrie's can sit there and joke with me like that. And you know what? Maybe I'll sit there and save this conversation for members only. Um, but there's a reason why I'm sitting there saying that. There's a reason why I'm sitting there saying that particular thing. Mel says my intuition is that Sheila is lying about the sugar story of being a master manipulator to have a relationship with Finn. I don't trust Sheila. I maybe you do have you're spot on a lot of times. Um, I don't my whole thing is like, could they give Sheila Carter a redemption storyline? Yeah, but should they? I mean, then who are they going to sit there and bring in to shake things up? Because Ivy being back, unless you're going to do more than just be simple for Liam, they don't they need somebody to shake things up. The problem is that they overplay Sheila's hand. They use her way too much. Thank you, Freddie. Make sure you do hit that like button. Hopefully we're at like 30. I mean, even though we got like 33 people in the chat. Just as right, because nothing is going on B&B right now. Yeah. Jesus Christ, this phone. Okay, good. We got 39. We got 39 likes. We're good. That's awesome. Harry says, "Don't go soft on these writers. I got to remind you who you are, Mister No Excuses. New writers are getting paid. Their job is not. Their job is not entertaining us. They ain't doing it. No excuses." Harry's is militant about that. I like that because I know what your voice sounds like. It makes it extra funny when I read that. When I read that comment. Jenna says, "Finish Steffi tomorrow will be good. It will be good." Because she's gonna find out that she was alive, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You know, I haven't actually really been doing. I actually haven't been doing Bona Beautiful reviews because I wanted. They haven't really been doing much on Bold. Like, is they'll have three. They'll sometimes have three stories, but only one of them will be interesting. You know, and so it's been very hard to sit there and do reviews on them. Curry says just like there's no excuses why Deanna hasn't been on screen this month. Yeah, sure. Um, Harris loves his background characters. I mean, just like there was no Rita today on days. Mel Sabe, I gotta say that there'll be a showdown on Friday, May 10th. Okay. CJ Close says, "Where's Luna, RJ, and Zende?" Yeah, because we know, where is Lee at? CJ Clove, where is Lee at? Harry says they need to give my girl Deanna a huge contract. Who's Rita? I'm talking about, bro. Don't do that, guy. Don't do that. You was all like, "Oh, I love Rita. I love Rita." Oh no, no, don't do that. We're not going to be snipped there backtracking now. Have a night, Tanya. It was really great to see you. Yeah, exactly. Where's Paris at? Exactly. Well, that yeah, I get that. But Jazz has also been up and down too, though, if we're gonna be honest. Harry says, "Which Rita are you referring to? I don't remember." Harry's Rita on Days of Our Lives. EJ's assistant. Freddie, I mean, Ed says, "I'm glad Anna finally got a new apartment and is such an old one." Yeah, they gotta reuse. They gotta find a way to stay within budget. So, and that makes sense. Freddie says, "But what are they actually doing with Blaze at Deception? It doesn't make any sense. Sasha was better, and this cooking stuff was, yeah." I totally agree with Freddie. And on top of that, Blaze just she's a headache. Okay, her mom makes it a headache, and you know, her mom act like Blaze is too good to be sent there going to home and art and selling products. I'm like, what is Blaze role? You know, like I love Natalia in some ways because she does make it interesting, even when she acts super annoying. But it's like Blaze is a headache. Just as Blaze ain't doing nothing at Deception, don't know why they hired her. Exactly. And here's the thing, Jess. They hired Blaze, and they got a headache to go along with it. Chris says, "Yeah, I love that woman on days." I was talking about GH, but yeah, Team Rita all the way. EJ better not let Rita find out his dirty little secret. She won't be happy. I'm surprised, Carrie, that you didn't get that. You're so about Rita that I thought it was like Rita. I don't think you actually like Rita that much, to be honest, Carrie. So I think you're trolling at that point. Just says, just says, and what is Lois supposed to be doing? Isn't she the new face of deception? I think she's supposed to be selling the products. Yeah. Yeah, this whole thing is so off. So Blaze doesn't do product. She doesn't sell products, and so now Brooklyn's mom has to come there and sell. Come on. Carrie says, "Did I or I didn't?" My guy is trolling hard body. You love Rita my ass. I don't love no goddamn Rita. That's that Rita multiple times. We know damn well there's no Rita on General Hospital. Unless unless you just had a long day. Might have had a long day. I get it. You know, watch all 40 shows. So I would understand that. Hell, even I took a nap for an hour. Harry says I do. What's there not to love? You couldn't even remember her. Give me that. Well, like I said, maybe you're just tired though. Freddie says, I believe Lois is supposed to be the new spokesmodel for Deception with their new face cream. Yeah, I guess so. I just, mm, it's like, what does Blaze actually do? Darby says Natalia is only pushing for Blaze so hard because her son ain't there. Natalia has a favorite child, and Blaze ain't. Exactly. Everyone has a. Most parents have a favorite. They just won't say it because it's not PC. Ooh, Ed says Brock had a good idea with Trina being the face of deception and having a stalker storyline. That would be a good story. I'm pretty sure people will sit there and find ways to whine and complaining about it, but yes, that would be a good story. Mel says I was not surprised that AJ is not going to the well, of course he's not going to go to the hospital. He got dude's rich. Why would he go to the hospital when he has a doctor on call? Yeah, it's just one of those things where unfortunately, Freddie, it just makes the Blaze character even more useless. It's like, okay, cool, you're Christina's girlfriend, even though you can't come out. And Christina gotta sit there and in a lot of ways kind of suffer. Like I feel like there's people that go much harder than me when it comes towards um no, I respect that. Freddie, I always respect your opinion. But I get it. I'm just saying, Freddie, if that was the case, what as Ed is saying, that would be a good storyline. Ron says, I'm back, Albert. What did you think about Sophia Holly? Um, I really didn't care. Honestly, tell you the truth, Ron, I gave two shits about it. Like I'm just gonna keep it 100. Um, well, well, that's the thing, Carrie. I mean, we gotta be real, Carrie, about that. We gotta be real about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kyrie. Carrie says you earned your 40 likes with the Blaze useless comment. Well, I know a lot of people, Carrie, I know a lot of people don't like Blaze, and I think some people go a little bit too hard on Blaze, but I do agree, Carrie, that her character is less appealing, her being on, because they're not writing her in a good way. Then he says Sunny and Natalia, it could happen, a possibility that yeah, they're probably gonna wind up being together. Oh, that's his name, Aaron. Damn. That's how little I cared. I didn't even remember that guy. I almost didn't remember Sophia's name too. Oh no, Carice, no. Natalia has to be a Natalia has to be a permanent character on GH. I want Natalia Ramirez to be a permanent character on General Hospital. Okay? That is my official statement about it. And I stand on it 10 toes down. And it says, LOL, celebrities promoting products all the time in Blaze is good for it. Also, she hasn't taken pictures or put out music. She hasn't pretty much done a damn thing. Freddie says, I wish we could see more Trina desire in the arts. Yeah, they, unfortunately, because Spencer's not there, they're kind of pushing Trina to the side, which sucks. Ron says, Albert, when are you and Kyrie's going to start to petition Brad to write Sheila and Deacon inspecting All right. Kyrie says, ew, you said her government name and you trolling. I am not trolling, Kyrie's. I want Natalia to be a permanent character on General Hospital. I had to make it official, Kyrie's, because I'm hoping that some EP, some higher up on GH will be watch my stream and be like, you know what? I like that idea. CJ Close said they gave up on Trina. And it's unfortunate because she's a good actress. But CJ Close, they're writing for her like they wrote for Sam. I can agree with Brock on that. Johnson says sometimes I forget the fact that both Sonny and Maurice himself are Hispanic. Mel says, Albert, they are making this Romeo and Juliet storyline about Holly and Tate. Yep. Yeah, they are. I really don't care about either one of the characters. I don't hate them. I just their being on and not being on does nothing for me. Um, I mean, if you wanna, I don't know how many people would actually feel that way about a background character. What the happened to my damn music? Background character getting. Johnson says, I still think Holly. Okay, so Kyrus, now I can't take you seriously. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. At this point, I gotta sit there and pull a Brock TV. I can't take you seriously at that point. Ed says GH is ridiculous for putting Trina in the background. The character has stories before Spencer and Spencer. Yep, and I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Johnson says I still think both Holly and Tate were age. Well, yeah, of course they're age fast. Yeah, no, we all we all can agree with that. Freddie says, "I bet they're wasting Trina. She should be on the gate." I've said that. I will continue to say that, Freddie. She should definitely be on the games. Um, Yeah, like I said, yeah, I'm gonna pull a Brock TV. I can't take no, I can't take you seriously right now. When you say something that's actually something that's sensible, you're just trolling at this point. If you're not trolling, you're still not making any damn sense. So say some goofyish, some goofy-ish like that. Danny says, in my view, I've been late. I've been checking Sunny's. In my view, I've been checking Sunny's women life, and it's kind of crazy. He likes the dark hair. Okay. What does that mean? Um, Johnson says Trina has stories before adult Spencer, but little Spencer are still young for their age. Yeah, okay. Kyrie, if I had a chair that I got to sit there and spin around every time I read an out of pocket comment like that, I'll be doing that with the quickness. None of what you're saying is making sense. I have to tell you, the truth, Kyrie, you might as well speaking. You might as well be speaking Kryptonian to me. Ron says, Albert, when I was watching Days and say Tate, Holly, Sophia, I was like, who are those? Yeah, I mean, that's cool. That's cool. Well, if you like them, that's cool. Freddie says Talia Ali is next to actress. Yeah, like I said, she should be on the gates, Freddie. She should be where Danny says team that Natalia Nation all the way. Listen, she needs to be a permanent character on a show. Because here's the thing, even when she's at her worst, I have stuff to talk about. Hmm. Yeah, I can see her being a little Kristen or a teen Kristen. And Chris, like I said, when Kristen was laughing when Rachel forged her signature, I'm like, boo, that's okay. Now, once again, you still speaking Kryptonian. Um, yeah, Freddie, but she's a piece of work that I can sit there and talk about. You know, like yeah, she will act kind of nasty and out of pocket, and we'll sit there and say some stupid ish. But well, my whole thing is, yeah, Freddie, she is tired of her. But I was like, you could find a way to get her out that damn contract. Like you just honestly tell you the truth, she shouldn't even be mad. She should be mad at herself. You hired a headache. You hired a chick that actually does less than what Sasha did, and you got a giant headache in exchange. Exactly, Black Man. I was like, I don't know what Kyrie's is saying. Well, here's the thing, Kyrie. I don't agree with that, but at least that makes a lot more sense than whatever the hell you were saying before. Like I said, Black Man, I was like, I don't know what you're saying, bro. Like, he's on one tonight. Yeah, Freddie. Yes, that's true. Ron says, Albert, if Sheila is at the hospital and Lee does try anything like that ever again, what do you think that she should be punished when Sheila files charges? Well, hopefully she doesn't have to go to the hospital to deal with Lee. Kurt says, what was I saying before? I already forgot. You know what? I don't remember, and I don't want to go up there to sit there and try to read it because it was nonsense, and I'm not going to sit there and try to decipher whatever Kryptonian ambiguous that they're doing. You know, Kyrie, if you forgot, it was for the best. Johnson says Wendy will probably return when the new Gabby makes her debut. Well, here's the thing, Jonathan. If they do bring back Wendy, bring her back better than when she came. Because, honestly, to tell you the truth, every time Wendy was on, it was just like, oh, you know, like her and Trip was always the worst part. Hell, even Chanel and Johnny wasn't that much of a step up. Like now they're actually getting a good story, but Kyrie said, yeah, that's far fetched about it. Thank you, Kyrie. Thank you. That's good. That is I think that might actually been like the best comment that you said all night. Ron says, Albert, what do you think about swapping, meaning Sophia and Tate and Aaron and Holly? I honestly tell you, friend, I don't really give a shit about any of the characters. They're all like Ron, I can appreciate that they're giving them something to do. I just don't really care about them. So props to the writers though. Johnson says Wendy will probably go toe to toe with Gabby because she's still, as long as they make her interesting, I'll be happy. They make them interesting. That's all I care about. I'll be happy. Well, Curious, do you okay? What answer do you want? Do you want me to sit there and give you the unfiltered answer, or do you want me to give you the nice answer? Which one do you want me to give you, Curious? I'm gonna let you decide that. As says Wendy and Trip reset needs to be with their careers and fun dates. Give them some interesting storylines. Uh, I can't even give you a politician answer. And okay, there's like three people, so just give me 1 second. Here's the thing, Aries. I get it. You don't like Jason. You think he's a bad father, but I've said that a couple of times. I'm not gonna. How do I sit down and put this? I think that some of the stuff that Jason has done has been out of pocket, but I don't really see actually no. No. Like I said, I get it, Karis. You don't like Jason. It's not so much like I'm not struggling to admit that Jason is not a good dad. Okay. I've said that a couple of times. I'm not gonna harp about that throughout the entire stream, but I've said it a couple of times that Jason can do better. Um I will sit there and say that much. Like even today, when what the hell was it? He wanted to save Carly because Carly was going to be missing Donna, and I felt like it was out of pocket for him to miss that much time with his kids just to save Carly. But I'll sit there and say that much. But what the hell? Freddie says, Albert, so if they're saying Blaze has a brother, maybe they should bring him on screen. Um, maybe. But the problem is, Freddie, they already got too many people on the show. That's the thing. They have way too many people on the show. That's the problem. Darby says, I believe we might need an intervention for Kyrie's. No, Kyrie just likes to troll sometimes. He just likes to troll sometimes. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to sit there and spend a whole hour talking about everything I don't like about Jason. Um, I like to try to keep it somewhat balanced, if that makes sense. Johnson says I can see Wendy pulling a gun on Gabby. Really? Why? Why? Jonathan, why can you say that? I mean, she had ample time to sit there and do that. So why would she just why would she do that now? Ron says, Albert, how long is Melinda going to be without a man? Well, there's none that's really available. Think about it, Ron. Who would she actually be with? Yes, Freddie. I can agree with that. That's my thing. That's my thing now, Kyrie. It's like I'm not just saying that Wendy's a I don't hate the character. I just wish they would make her more interesting. You know, again, like Johnny and Chanel are only a step above because they seem like they give them interesting storylines. Johnson says she'd probably pull a gun out on her if she gets out of prison on a technicality. Hmm, I don't see it, but okay. Again, Ron, think about that though. Like, who's Milena going to go with? Thank you, Ed. Thank you. I mean, Ed, unless they bring him back and they didn't really kill him off. Duan was good. Just dropped in real quick to say Sheila Carter is evil and always will be, and Finn and Deception and Deacon are idiots. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Freddie says Albert Terry's goals from GAs they don't do right when it comes. Yeah, but you know what, Freddie? They're better than Young and Restless. Yeah, that is well. They're doing it better than Young and the Restless because yes, Terry is gone, but they still do have Blaze and Christina. That's true, Kyrie. I mean, so does Leo Stark. You might as well throw him in there as well, though, Kyrie, because he's just as part of this. And honestly, tell you the truth, Kyrie, how did what the hell is going to say this name? How did Dimitri get out of jail? Ron says put her with Rafe. Jada is drama queen and is born. Melinda will be more. Okay. Freddie says maybe I should. They don't give them enough material. Albert, I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. I'm not just saying that they're perfect. Yes, they need to step up, but to be fair, Freddie, they need to step up with a lot of things. But I mean, you got Mariah and Tess, and every time that they come on, they're just there for the network to be like, hey, listen, we support the LGBT community, even though they don't. And they don't really, because CBS is very conservative. But Ron still wants that damn baby story. Still wants that baby story. But and Brad, yeah. Have a good night, Laura B. Have a good night, Kyrie's. Um, Yeah, Freddie. Yeah, well, Brad and Lucas. See the problem. Okay, so here's the thing, Freddie. The I'm not saying you're entirely wrong, but it's hard to sit there and say if they're not doing enough because while they don't necessarily show them, we don't know what's going on with the actors, right? Like there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't know. Um, and so before we sit there and say that they're not doing enough with the LGBT characters like Brad and Lucas, sometimes it may be an actual reason why they're not on the show. Johnson says Reginald the Vampire season 2 is about to start. Are you talking about the story that you're writing? Happy night, Darby. That's again. Freddie says maybe I should. They don't give enough material. Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, what the? Johnson says no. It's on the side. Oh, Johnson, is it with that kid? That's is it with that guy from No Way Home? I think that guy's on the show, right? Or is this something new? Jason, Freddie says Jason needs to step it up with the. No, no. I mean, I get that. I do. Jonathan, is that more of like a comedy than it? Because I don't have the Sci-Fi Channel anymore, but I do have Hulu. So, but I agree with that, Freddie. I agree with that. But to be fair, Freddie, they need to step it up with a lot, and not just the LGBT. Even with representation and how many. There's a lot of things they need to fix. That is one of many. But yes. Ron says, "But how will Brady feel about Alex playing stepdad to Rachel?" He's not a fan of it. He ain't a fan of it. Carson says this drama is also on Peacock. Okay. Hmm. I would be opposed to it. It's just what the. I would be opposed to it, but there's so much other shows that I still have to watch that I haven't watched. Like I'm on season. Well, I'm about to finish Attack on Titan, the final season, and then there's Invincible that I gotta watch, and a spinoff of the boys that I gotta watch. So I got a list. I got a list, but I will try to get to it if you know time permits. Ron says, Albert, do you think that Danny Bear on YouTube demonetized her channel? No, no, Ron. She just took a break. That's all. She just took a break. I don't. I mean, I don't think her channel was ever monetized to begin with, Ron. It's just more of a breakdown. Freddie says, yeah, I should just say give the LGBT characters good storylines. Like, well, yes, absolutely, Freddie, absolutely. No, I get that. I do. I mean, that's across the board too, yes. But I don't know. It's funny, Freddie, because I was on James' channel last year, right? And he was saying the same thing. He was like, they're really dropping the ball with the LGBT characters, right? And I agree with that. And then somebody came on this channel, and I think that they had a different view, right? And it was kind of a controversial view. Um, that I don't even know if well, screw it, I'll sit there and say it. They were basically the same, like, core audience, right? So, how do I sit there and say this? I think they were sitting there saying that maybe GH is trying to appeal to, because I don't know how many people in the community actually watch um, General Hospital. And I think what it comes down to is they don't want to lose sponsorships. Like, they should be sponsoring the show because it's a good show and it brings in good ratings. But some of these sponsors will feel, oh, I don't know if I want to sit there and give money because they may boycott our products um if it looks like we're supporting the LGBT community and stuff. Like, it's very dark ages, but unfortunately that's how some people think. So it's kind of a really messed up situation. Ron says, having heard, yeah, Ron. Well, when she has some time, she'll come through. Kevin, do you think Jason saves Carly from Valentine? Maybe. And Kevin, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Johnson says Dave gave plenty of good stories for Will and Sonny. Yes, but like I was saying, like as controversial as it is, I've seen sponsors drop certain shows for less controversial issues, right? Seinfeld, the the bet. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called the bet or whatever. There was two sponsors that pulled out of sponsoring the episode. Now, granted, they didn't sit there. They didn't. It was nothing that was super raunchy. They never said anything that was raunchy, but it was the bet of blank. And if a sponsor could sit there and pull out for an absurd reason like that, they'll have no problems that they're pulling out for GH if they feel that um they're telling stories and this company is giving money to General Hospital, and then people be like, oh, I'm gonna boycott this product or whatever. So it's not as simple as it should be. In a perfect world it'll be a little bit different, but I don't know if that makes sense to you. I don't know if I actually worded it right, but I think you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. Freddie says, I knew this baby situation was going to be a dumpster fire between TJ. Well, yeah, everyone knew that. There's nothing Alexis can do except just continue to be there for her girls at the end of the day. Yep, I agree. They picked the wrong surrogate. Ron says, Albert, do you agree with me that EJ is corrupt and crooked and trying to remove Paulina as mayor, or can't wait for Kristen to be CEO? Well, EJ has always been corrupt. And not just as the DA. I mean, he's just a corrupt man. But I can see why they want Paulina to step down. And yes, I do hope that Kristen runs the marathon. I like the character. I would sit there and say so. And I don't know why this that they're trying to give EJ all this power. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you. Yes, make sure you do hit that like button. as my friend Curry says, to keep that momentum going. Thank you. But yeah, it's like I said, Freddie. It's just it's so crazy, you know. And, you know, granted, I don't agree with a sponsor pulling out because they feel that their stuff is going to get boycotted, you know. But unfortunately, some people, like for me, I've always been love is love. Um, I don't, you know, I don't judge people in their sexuality. I judge people if they're a good person or if they're an asshole, you know. But unfortunately, not everyone has that mentality. Johnson says, if Paulina steps down, do you think yeah, it makes sense because I mean, right now, what is Abe really doing? Freddie says Albert needs those numbers raised up with the likes. Yes, because you know, here's the thing, Freddie, that does actually help. It really does. It actually that stuff actually keeps me on the algorithm. Like even my posts, when I post something, when I write a post saying, "Oh, tonight is going to be GH or whatever in days," that shows up when I type in General Hospital reviews, and that's because of the likes. So I do appreciate you saying that, Freddie. And again, Freddie, always appreciate your support because that really does help. Freddie says, me either, Albert. I don't judge. All love is love. Whoever you love, whoever that person is meant to be in your life. Yes. And see, that's the thing, Freddie. Um, thank you, Freddie. Um, but see, that's my thing. Like if like I don't. Here's the thing. It's very hard, but I don't judge other people if they're not accepting of LGBT because that's your preference. You know, you have your reasons. I could disagree with that, but you know, I don't need to come at somebody sideways. If that's not if that's what your religion is it is what it is. That's for me personally, that's how I view things. Love is love. It's like when I was in interracial relationships, I knew that the world was not going to sit there and accept. Not everyone was going to sit there and accept that. I didn't care. You know, I'm doing me. I don't really give a damn about what anyone else says, but I understand that, and I'm not here to sit there and change the minds of other people if you're going to accept my relationship or not, because I don't give a damn. But it is what it is. Can't always change the hearts of other people. You just gotta sit there and live your life. Wow. Okay. So far, fingers crossed, I got a new battery, um, and it's been working out. So I am not as stressed as I was last week because if some of y'all was here, after about like an hour, I think we just cut off, and it's been 2 hours, and we've been good. So fingers crossed. Thank you, Dolometics. Thank you. But eh, it's a crazy world. Dolometics is a crazy world, and that's why sometimes I just like coming on here chatting with y'all because the stresses of the world when I gotta sit there and think about it can be a little overwhelming. Ron says, Albert, if Deanna comes back, how will she feel about her niece Steffi attacking her mother Sheila? Well, she ain't gonna be happy. Johnson says, what do you think of John pacing I thought it was actually really smart. I thought it was actually really smart, Jonathan. The way they are setting up Constantine seems hell of interesting. And I was, Jonathan, I was watching it at work and I was like, you know what? Listen, this is probably the best part of my day right now. I had about an 8 hour shift and I was like, this is great. So I actually really did like that episode and how they had a plan and everything like that. And again, thank you, Dolominix. Freddie says, Robert, I'm straight, so you got some people that love the same sex. It's not a problem with me, but unfortunately, the rest of the world is different. But to me, I don't care. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not here to sit there and change the minds and hearts of other people. That's not my job. That's not my responsibility. Dolomite says, I get it. These lives help me through a stressful time. Thank you, Dolomite. I appreciate that. I appreciate, it's one of those things. It's like when I first started out just doing YouTube, I never thought um, about any sort of impact that I would have on other people. So, but I would sit there and say, doing these live streams a lot of times is like the best part of my day because I'm not supposed to say my day is hard and it's rough and oh my God, woe is me. But it is nice to sit there and tune out the rest of the world for a little bit with everyone here. So the fact that people I see come here often, you know, that means the world. Sorry, what talk about? Then you don't have to be sorry about anything. Johnson says I think Costner will likely end up getting killed. I can see that. I don't think that he was a super great villain. I think he was just, you know, he was there to make sure that the show didn't get boring. Juan says Albert, and the fake card also just put Constantine, and the fake card also just put Constantine on the next flight back to Greece. Ron, if this storyline plays out, he's not, the only way he's going to be going back to Greece is in the body bag. That's the only way he's going to be going back to Greece is in the body bag. I don't think that, a lot of people felt like Constantine was like the worst, and he might have been the worst, but I guess for me, he was just, eh. Freddie says, Albert, Jesus Christ. Freddie says, Albert, I'm still shaking my head about Sam saying that she was disappointed about Danny, about Dante staying a cop. I'm like, what did you expect, idiot? That's his path. Yes. But, here's the thing, Freddie. On some level, right, as annoying as she was under the impression that Dante was going to leave being a cop. So when Dante was like, hey, listen, I'm sorry that, I gave you this strong impression that I was leaving and that I turned it around, because I get that level of, she said that she felt a sign of relief. And to have that snap back, I get that part. Um, it still makes her not in a good light, but I understand the 180. Gomez says Constantine was uh, middle villain at best. I'm just hoping Days get back to fighting form again soon. Gomez says they have been way worse storylines than Constantine on Days. I mean, they once had a story about a virtual reality garden of. Wow, that sounds stupid. Now, Danny says Sam needs to go away. Hmm. Sam needs a good story. Um, and like a lot of other people, she just became very whiny and a hypocrite. She's not the ride or die chick that we fell in love with when she first came to the show. And I think a lot of that relied too heavily on being with Jason. Johnson says days will eventually have more menacing villains. I like your optimism, Jonathan. I like your optimism. You've been watching the show longer than me, so I'll take your word on that. Ron says, "I bet if Everett does get Stephanie pregnant, do you think that Patch and Kayla will want her? No, they won't want her to terminate the baby. Um, I will sit there and say that she is being very naive and kind of stupid on some level now. And now I can start to agree with Alyssa on that. Freddie says, "I bet maybe she's just vulnerable because she has children now, so I can somewhat understand, but she still loves the danger." See, that's the thing. I get that, even from Jason's point of view, but my whole thing is like, it's hard for me to care because it's like she was very adamant about having a child with him, and I understand people sit there and say motherhood changed you, but like some of the stuff that she's just been doing has been out of pocket. Like even the way she's talking to Jason tomorrow, like it's like, well, it is what it is. Just shut up and deal with it. Like I don't feel like hearing you whine and complain about something that unless you have a DeLorean, just deal with it and stop acting like a damn Karen about it. Because it's very hard for me to have patience when you chose a mobster. You chose to sit there and have a baby with an enforcer. Okay. And I know people can sit there and say, but motherhood changed you. Okay. Well, the rules didn't change. The rules didn't change. And now you just come across looking stupid. And every time that people say that, I have to sit there and remind people, I don't care if motherhood changed you. You chose to have a baby with him. You don't get to sit there and take that back. You just have to deal with the situation the best you can. And maybe you can try being less annoying while doing that. Why is that so goddamn hard? Well, Max says, do you think Soap should really go for it and have more guest villains? We've had tons of awesome soap vets we could use for a few months here and there to cause trouble. Yes, I think they should learn from Bold and the Beautiful with Sheila. You can have a villain come in, do some damage, and leave. Jan Spears, Jan Spears was there to make Belle and Sean interesting. She did her job and then she left. Freddie says Albert Sam chose to be part of the dangerous life. She didn't have to, but she did. Anyway, so that's on her. Exactly. And that's the thing, Freddie. I try to see both sides of it, but ultimately it comes down to that. Like I can weigh both of them. I could sit there and be like, if I want to play devil's advocate, that motherhood changes you. You change, you grow. What you find acceptable today, you may not find acceptable tomorrow. You may not find acceptable 2 weeks from now. Point is, you still did it. You still did it. So it annoys me when she starts acting like that. What annoys me even more, Freddie, is that Jason's the type of person I'll sit there and take it, right? And I feel a lot of times, just like ladies, we not gonna be as patient as him. Okay, we're not gonna be as patient as him. Nomax says, I know I bring up Hollyoaks a lot, but they bring in some awesome actors to cause trouble for a few months, kill them off, or send them to jail. No, no, Nomax, listen, I like the fact that you bring up Hollyoaks because if I actually did ever have the time, I would love to watch the show and review it. And I think it'd be a great addition to the channel if I ever had the time. But no, it, they should learn from that. I try to, as a creator, to try to learn from other channels of what to do and what not to do. And I think that a lot of these soaps could benefit from that. Freddie says, so she can cry all she wants, but once you lay in bed, you made it. Just now deal with it. There's no going back. Exactly, Freddie. Like I said, unless you have a DeLorean, we ain't trying to hear that. I'm like, Jason has so much of a backbone for every other thing, but when it comes to Sam, he caves like there's no tomorrow. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? It was like Adam with Sally when Sally was sitting there really going at Adam with the whole loss of the baby, and I'm like, you're portraying us as though men are supposed to be this emotional punching bag. I'm like, ladies, once again, I'm like, we're not going to sit there and tolerate that level of nonsense. I know that the soap opera is a genre that's more meant for women and men, but sometimes I'm like, ladies, don't sit there and be watching General Hospital at 3 o'clock thinking that we're gonna be acting like that because you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. Anyway, we're gonna sit there and end the stream here. We actually did two. I haven't did a 2 hour live stream in so long. It's also because my battery has been shit. Um, but whenever I get the time, I'll sit there and try to do more 2 hour live streams. And I want to appreciate everyone that actually sat and hung out or came back and chilled with me and stuff like that. Ron says, "Abba, how do you feel about Deacon becoming Finn's stepdad?" Um, Kind of weird. Finn is a grown ass man, so I wouldn't consider that situation as a stepdad. Johnson says, "June, it's now time for another edition of Soap Chat with Bostic." Thank you, my friend Jonathan. You have been a G as always. Quiet guy. We're really lived up to your namesake. Have a good night. Nomax says, Hollyoaks have had a serial killer nanny, evil soccer coach. What a sociopathic. That show, wow. Man, I could really get some good content out of that. Johnson says, good night and hit the like button. Thank you. Yes. Have a good night, everyone. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dolomates. I'm surprised. Yeah, I got to talk about that more tomorrow. I'm surprised I didn't talk about that. That was some weird shit. That was some weird shit. Let's just keep it real. Freddie says, "I bet the thing I love most about Carly, she owns who she is. She once she gotten into Sonny's world and having children with him, they were tied together for life, and she accepted it. Exactly. Yeah, she's not running around acting like Samantha the Karen, as Jonathan puts it. Thank you, Freddie. Yes, have a good night and hit that like button on the way out because it really does help. Have a good night, Dog Medics. Have a good night, Ronnie Ron. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Queen Cat Lady. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Um, have a good night, Freddie. Domax says the best part about the villains is you're cool with seeing them go and you don't get lame redemptions. Yeah, these American souls can definitely learn from their counterparts. And I think it'll be a good idea. It's insane that they don't do that. I'm not saying you got to take stuff bit for bit, but if you don't try to grow your own content, American soaps been dying for years. Get together. Yes, have a good night, Dolomedics. Have a good night, Tracy Steves. Have a good night, Ronnie Ron. Freddie says it was good to see you again. Thank you, Freddie. It was good to see you as well. It was a lot of fun talking to you tonight, and I really do appreciate the support again. Thank you so much. Ron says, if I try to unalive Sheila, then what's if Lee tries to unalive Sheila, what's going to be our punishment? Jail. Jail. I don't know if they have the death penalty in LA, but yes, peace to you too, my friend. Look forward to seeing you in the next stream. Thank you, Freddie, and thank you everyone for joining. If I didn't say goodnight to you, you know exactly who you are, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Laters.